Hey, it's SLVRDLLR playing this awesome puzzle roguelike I just found called MicRogue. Get it? MicRogue? Yeah, it took me a bit. I was a little slow when I first read it. Yeah, it's a little kind of puzzle game similar to the Nightmare Cooperative that I was playing a few weeks ago. But you know, it's a little bit more simple, pixel artwork. I really love the design style, very cool. And basically your goal is just to get from the bottom left hand side of the room, or one side of the room, to the other corner of the room. And you know, every level has about 3 or 4 different little minions, and they each have their own sort of special characteristics. So there's 10 floors, and the goal is to get to the 10th one, get the treasure, and then make your way back down again. So I guess sort of 20, what is that, 19 floors I guess you got to go through. The levels, you know, you quickly get used to it. The first time kind of going through, you come across new enemies and you don't really know how they react, and then you know, you got to kind of figure it out, and you end up dying quite a bit. But once you get it down, you can sort of move through them pretty quick. But there's some cool, pretty cool mechanics, like that little red blob guy there. If you stand still in front of him and he's far enough away, he'll switch places with you. So that can be, you know, pretty handy to jump across the map, but it also can, you know, kind of screw you over if you get put into the wrong spot. Like right there, I thought I was going to finish, and then, you know, he kicks you back again. And sometimes he can, warp you somewhere else, right into, you know, the line of fire from one of the enemies. So some of the guys, like this little flame guy here, you can't actually kill him yourself, but you can, you know, if you get him stuck on a trap or something, he'll die. Yeah, like there. The green blobs, they're like the most simple, you know, just moving one space at a time, but if you jump on them to kill them, you get slowed down. So instead of jumping 2 spaces, you just jump 1. So I mean, the mechanics, you know, are pretty easy. You can jump 2 spaces in any direction, and it's basically just turn-based. Like you go, and then all the monsters move. But you know, despite being pretty simple, it's definitely, pretty interesting. It was one of these games like I kept kind of going back to, and I really had a lot of fun playing it. This I'm playing on the PC, so I guess this is just like a flash version that I was playing. The developer, Jason Pickering, I think he's he's the main developer, and I guess he's working with a few other people who are doing, you know, music and just publishing stuff, but I think he's the main guy. He was saying they're gonna end up, you know, doing an iPhone and Android version of it. So I think that's sort of the main, like, I don't know if that's their main goal, but it definitely seems to be, it would be well suited for, you know, a mobile phone or like a tablet or something, just because of the game style. It's definitely kind of a cool game that, you know, if you could just pick it up and play, you know, play for 15, 20 minutes or something, that'd be pretty sweet. Oh yeah, this little guy here, this chicken thing, this is one of the trickier monsters, I think. He, if you stand in the path of the chicken, you get turned to stone, like a, you know, like a Medusa sort of effect or whatever. So if you look at the chicken, you get turned to stone. So that one's tricky, like especially, you know, combined with the red blob, for instance. If you get sort of change places and then you get turned to stone. So those are the ones that get a little bit trickier. When you kill those yetis, they turn everything to ice. So that can help as well, because you can sort of buy yourself a few extra turns. Those little blue guys are interesting because they jump diagonal one turn and then left, right, or like straight the other turn. So it goes straight, diagonal, and you got to kind of remember where they've gone. All right, so finally 10th. Here's the 10th stage. So you have kind of 5 free turns, basically, before the dragon awakes. And then when the dragon awakens, it gets pretty tricky. Because, I mean, you only get to see the dragon when you get up to the spot. So it's hard to sort of figure out, at least for me. Yeah. Ouch. Very, very sharp. Nothing sharp about the flames, but yeah, it's tough figuring out the mechanics of the dragon though, because you only get, you know, one shot at it each time you do a run through. So it took me, I don't know, a lot, probably 9 or 10 times, like going against the dragon just to figure out, you know, how I could get away from him, because he sort of jumps forward and then shoots 3 squares vertically. So it was sort of tricky to handle. He was hard to sort of outrun, and then sometimes there might be other monsters around that you got to worry about. Now this is sort of the best run through that I did right here. So the first one was just, I wanted to show you sort of just getting, you know, a standard playthrough and getting into the final stage. This one, I actually get to the final stage and managed to get out of stage 10 and then start heading back down. So it was it was one of the few times the only time I managed to get out of there. There's a bunch of times I got the treasure, but the dragon sort of ended up getting me. So you'll get to see a few of the other minions, like that guy's a skeleton, I think they call him, skeleton knight or something, and he just jumps diagonally. So sort of, you know, he can kind of catch up to you, but pretty easy to predict. See, this guy's gonna jump straight, yeah. And then you can kind of use that red thing sometimes to your advantage to get through the level a little bit faster. So there's definitely, a lot of different possibilities. Sometimes it sort of feels like you're playing, you know, chess a little bit, where, you know, each piece has like a different move. There's one guy, we only saw him briefly, I think, last time, but it's like a ninja. And anyone who plays chess, like the ninja moves like the horses or the knights. So they move in like L shapes. So that one's kind of tricky. Okay, yeah, there's a little ninja up there. So you can kind of see, he jumps around quite a bit. So it can be hard to predict, or, I mean, it's easy to predict, but it's hard to always like think about it ahead of time. And sometimes, you know, you end up moving around because of some other enemy and then getting jumped on. It's like, these like pillars and spikes, they're definitely handy. The pillars I was having a bit of trouble with. Spikes you get really used to. So yeah, finally back to the dragon again. So trying to like plan this, trying to plan it out what to do in advance, but it's really not easy. So 3 guys left plus the dragon, but the dragon wipes out his own guys, which is pretty handy. And now having this little barricade here was really helpful, because I could, where do I go? I don't know. I think if I go there, perfect. So he can't shoot below him, but he can jump on you if you get too close. So I can't go all the way to the left, because he'll jump 1 and then shoot flames on me and kill me. I can't go... 2 back, perfect. So this is sort of like, once you figure out, you know, how he works, then you can, you know, choose the best moves. So this actually, worked out pretty well. But not, you know, it's randomly generated each level, so, you know, the next time I come back here, the pillars might be in a different place. It's different enemies all the time, so, you know, it definitely does make it kind of tricky, because you can't, you know, it's hard to, you know, memorize what you're going to do or anything like that. So start going back down the floors. I'm not sure, I didn't get too far, but I think each one still gets progressively more difficult. Like, I don't think it gets easier again as you start getting back down to the bottom. See, like this one has 4 pretty tough minions, I guess, to fight. Like, those flame guys are actually sort of hard because they do a double jump. And those Medusa chickens are scary. Oh my god. Okay, that actually scared the crap out of me when it happened. This dragon, I did not expect the dragon to start chasing you down for the rest of the match. So yeah, see 5 guys on this one. I think this is like probably one of the hardest levels that I came across. But yeah, the fact the dragon would show up was pretty crazy. Ooh, yeah. Oh, see, I screwed up there. I didn't think of the ninja. Ah, the ninja karate chop. SLVRDLLR.